What is going on, guys? I hope you guys can hear me all right. Today we have an exciting install video today. As you guys can see here by the box, Morimoto sent us out a set of headlights for Donna. And as you guys can see, I do already have the LED option on the truck. However, these ones are starting to haze on the top, and it's just a problem that you have to chase, if you don't protect them. However, that is not the reason why I'm installing these. I'm installing these because I was a tester for Morimoto, and in return, they were very kind enough to send me out these headlights. So I'm very excited to get these installed. I went with the amber option. Well, I was gonna go with the white option, with the white DRL. However, the amber ones were sent out, and I am not gonna be one to complain about headlights, and they were kind enough to sponsor them for me. So I think it'll look just as good on Donna. And yeah, so enough talking, and let's get in with the install. All right, so I have done a headlight install before. However, I have not done it on the truck. However, it should be pretty straightforward. There is a good bit of things we got to take apart. We have to take apart all 14 clips to get this plastic shroud out the way. And there's going to be, I believe, 4 10mm bolts underneath here. So we'll pretty much just go one piece at a time. I believe the grill does have to come out, and there is a lower half here that has to come out to basically drop the bumper down a little bit, just to make sure those can slide out. So I do not have a clip removal tool, but this little orange tool right here is used to remove certain types of trim, which clearly that works just as good. So we're going to keep doing that and fast forward and do that 12 more times. All right, now I'm going to set all these clips aside to make sure we do not lose them. All right, guys, now the shroud should come out of place if I got all the clips, which I believe it will just slide right out. There's actually a total of 8 10mm bolts that need to come out. There's going to be 6 across the front of the grill, and there's going to be 1 on each side holding in the headlight and the grill together. So we're going to use our small impact, Milwaukee's the GOAT, and get these off. All right, and then let me go ahead and show you guys. So right back in here, there's going to be a 10mm nut that is holding the grill and the headlight together. So there's one there, and then there's one on this left side as well. So I'm going to use a ratcheting wrench and get that off real quick. It's actually a lot easier using just a regular small ratchet. So got that off, and now off to the next step. Now for my style grill, there's going to be these caps on each side of the grill. So I'm going to use this trim removal tool again and try and pry that off. And there's going to be a 10mm bolt on each side that needs to come out. And then from there, it'll just be undoing all the clips, and then the grill will come out. All right, as you guys can see here, now the 10mm bolts are exposed, so we're going to go ahead and take these out real quick. This is the part that I'm a little bit uncomfortable with, but we have to pry on each corner first here, and then we'll be able to lift the grill forward, and then there'll be 4 metal clips on the bottom that we use a flathead for that will unclip, and then the whole thing will come out. All right. Just like that. And it looks like I got lucky in this case. Some of these clips down here already came apart by themselves, so I should be able to pull it out by myself. All we have to do is disconnect the plug here for the front camera and the washer fluid, and then we'll be able to pull the grill out. All right, guys, now that we have the grill off, there's going to be 2 10mm bolts on the top here, and then they're going to have to pull this weather stripping back a little bit, and there's going to be a 13mm bolt on the side that we have to take out before we can get access to pulling this out. Now, after you've gotten those bolts out, you'll just see this one connector down there. Since this is the LED truck, there's not multiple, so you'll just unplug that, and then we can continue to the install. Alrighty, y'all, real quick, I just want to show you guys how insane these lights look. Now, this is the passenger side, but I just want to do a little side-by-side comparison. Take this plastic off. That is literally a night and day difference. You've got 2 additional projectors. You have, this is all going to be amber, this is going to be amber. You have a smoked out housing, so now it's going to look even better on the black. I mean, yeah, this looks insane. And then you're also going to have a parking light that is now going to display on the side, which the factory ones do not have that. Now we are going to route the DRL harness in. So basically what this is going to do is on the passenger side of your fuse box, you're going to have to locate fuse 16 which is that one right there, 2 down, 1 to the left from that bolt. And basically you're just going to put this in place of it, and then you're going to run these 2 ends to the passenger and the driver's side headlight, and then you're going to plug them into the other harness. So I've gotten the DRL harness wired to the driver's side headlight. Now what's going to happen is this is going to plug into the factory OEM connection right here. Then what we're going to do is there's going to be 3 connections coming off the back of the light. You're just going to plug these in and then plug this into the slot for that, and then you're going to put the headlight back into its place, and then from there we're going to test to make sure everything works, and then we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side, which I will not film because it's the same thing over here. So yeah, we're gonna get all this buttoned up and then see how they look compared to the OEM LEDs. Have the headlight in place and everything should work. So we're gonna press the unlock and see what it looks like. Oh my God. The camera's not really picking it up right, but man, that looks awesome. It looks so much better on the black. Like the factory LEDs are great, but now it just looks mean and stealthy. All right, I'm gonna go turn on the lights so you guys can kind of see what they look like as well. All right, I just watched back the footage and these things look absolutely insane. It looked like there was like a little startup sequence going on here. I'm gonna make sure that I film these at nighttime so we can actually get a true comparison of how bright they are. But safe to say that I really enjoy these a lot, and it matches the mirror lights that I have on there that are smoked out. Those are a white running light, however it does have an amber DRL, so I'm curious to see how all of that is going to look together. I will also say my cab lights are going out, so that's also gonna make the truck look a little tacky. But yeah, I'm really happy with these, and shout out to Morimoto Atlanta for making this possible. All I'm gonna do now is make sure all the wiring behind the headlight is buttoned up and zip tied together, and make sure all this is zip tied and not flinging around anywhere. And then yeah, from there, after we get the passenger side light installed, then we can button all this up and put the truck back together. What is going on, guys? So today is current day, and as you guys can see, we have finally got the Morimoto XV style headlights installed on Donna. And let me tell you, I am extremely impressed on the way these things look. I know I said earlier in the video, originally I wanted to get that white DRL, but let me tell you, they must have been on to something sending me the amber, because I am absolutely so happy that I went with it. Let's see, I'll hit the unlock real quick. So I have the white mirror lights, but whenever all the lights are on with the fog lights, it honestly looks absolutely incredible. And I'll show you guys some clips here in a second, but these things are honestly really nice. Like, I'm not just saying that because I sent them out. Like, I genuinely think this is what this truck needed to kind of complete the front end look here. With the smoked out housing, with the 2 additional LED projectors, I mean, it just looks super clean with the lights on or off. I mean, it looks insane. I'm gonna see if the camera will get it, but whenever you start it up, there's this illuminated little like light function, kind of like how the Shelby does, to where it'll, like, you know, dance with the headlights and then turn back off until the truck is on. So let's do that real quick so I can show you guys what that looks like. All right, here is the startup sequence. Kind of flickering because of the camera, but essentially it turns on from the top to bottom and then goes bottom up and turns off, and it looks absolutely insane. And this is what the truck looks like whenever it is in park. So as you can see, the amber DRLs got brighter, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like with the lights on. And here is what she looks like with all the lights on. So as you guys can see, we have the bottom fog lights on with the white mirror lights. Don't mind the cab lights, still have to get that addressed and fixed, but I honestly think this is a really clean look. I mean, this is pretty nice. And like I was telling you guys earlier, this is the side marker light that is on. These lights are incredibly bright. Like, just driving last night, like it was a whole night and day difference. All of the functions still work perfectly. The automatic high beam that is an option on these trucks still works. Everything works phenomenal. So overall, I am very impressed with the way these lights look on Donna. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this little video. I will say one other thing before I forget, which, let me turn off the truck so you guys can hear me better. Okay, so the only complication I had with installing these is, so I did the driver's side first and it went by completely smooth. Everything came out. And then I remember saying that I was gonna not film the passenger side because it was gonna be the exact same. Well, that was not, you know, how it worked in my case. So for some reason, the passenger side had an issue basically coming out. So what I had to do was undo this plastic piece right here. There's 4 bolts, so I had to lower the passenger side of the bumper a little bit, and then the headlight came out perfectly fine. But other than that, I mean, everything was pretty straightforward. So yeah, overall, this was a pretty easy install. Came with all the hardware needed, the harnesses, I mean. And yeah, I'm extremely happy with these, and I'm excited to get some more content with it. Now, if there's anything else, obviously we need cab lights, but if there's anything else you guys want to see me do to the truck, let me know. There's a couple other things I want to do to it. I want to get a different wheel and tire set up. I will say the bed cover, whenever I first got it, it was already kind of ripped, and then just from using it a lot, it just got all tore up and whatnot. So we definitely need a new bed cover on it. But I would say, as far as that, I mean, there's not really too much more to do to it. I mean, it has rock lights, it's got the lighting upgrades. I do want to smoke out the rear tails and whatnot, but yeah, she's looking pretty good.